Testing, testing. What's going on, guys? Hope you all are doing well. Just testing the audio. All right, what's going on, guys? Hope you all are doing well. Let's go ahead and connect TradingView. There we go. We're good to go. Hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to another New York live session. On this session, we're going to be going over Euro USD, AUD USD, GBP USD, and maybe one other pair just to be sure that you guys are on the right track and ready to take advantage of these markets right along with me. All right, and we are good. Okay, so we're going to start off with Euro USD. So if you are part of my academy, right, if you're part of Mac Trading Academy, Euro USD just hit our target for about 25.5R. Let me go ahead and show you guys that and then show you guys what I'm anticipating next. All right, so if you're part of the academy, we took this trade on yesterday. This was called out to all of my academy community students and mentorship students. Very, very easy trade. We risked around 3.5 pips on this trade here and collected about 89.3 pips, which produced us about 25.51R. So in the month of July so far, we've lost GBP, JPY, so we've lost 1R, and then this was a 25.51R gain. So this was not a bad trade whatsoever. If you would like to take advantage of my higher time frame setups and my higher time frame callouts and things like that, feel free to join the community. Links will be in the description once this video has been uploaded. So our target was down here based on the H1 week low, okay, which was here. We can see that price completely smashes that with a nice push to the downside that took place during London and then just continued during London, really. So let's go to the daily time frame. Let's see if we're trading into anything specifically when we look to the left. Okay, I'm not really seeing anything specifically. And then we have to go too far back for my liking. So let's go to the weekly time frame and let's see what's going on. Okay, so based on the weekly time frame, it looks like we have just now swept the lows all the way back in 2016 of December, 2017 of January. So we've swept these lows. Let's see if we're trading into anything on the monthly, and not necessarily trading into anything on the monthly until we get to about, oh wow, Euro USD is really pushing down. That's very interesting. So we're almost to the point where we first started the chart. July of 02. That's very, very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Euro USD this low in my lifetime, actually. Because I didn't start trading until 2018. I started trading this month right here in 2018. Very, very interesting. So let's see what happens. So what we're going to do right now is just continue taking continuation sells to the downside, really. That will be our best bet, to be honest with you guys. Here, let's actually take all of this and put it on the lower time frame. Okay, there we go. So we can see that we have some type of reaction to this strong low, which was supposed to hold, right? We can see that price pushes to the upside and then we push back to the downside and we completely take out this region here, right? This demand as well as this failed reaction. So what are we looking for from here? Well, I'm going to be finding my point of interest on the H4 time frame or the daily time frame. The weekly is too high and there's really no point in going that far to the upside with the time frames, to be honest. So my first point of interest I'm going to look for price to interact with is going to be here, this inside bar candle that we can see, right? Very, very straightforward. We're kind of running into territory that, you know, we haven't been familiar with for quite some time. As you guys know, I like to trade based off of current price movement, right? And most recent structure and things like that, and most recent supply and demand. And as you guys can see, we really don't have that for, let's move that, there we go. But as you guys can see, we really don't have that for Euro USD right now, right? And you guys may see me look to the side and things like that. I'm just making sure that our latency is exactly how it should be and that I'm not lagging or anything for you guys. So we can see here, and we don't have any dropped frames, so we are good to go. So we can see here, this is a daily point of interest. Now, I'm trying to break this down to where you guys can take advantage during New York session, but to be honest with you guys, this may not be a trade that we take advantage of during New York session, right? Well, my students will be able to, but how I teach publicly on the YouTube, right? I would want to see price trade into this area and then we take continuation sells from here now that we've hit our higher time frame target, which was here, producing us 25.59R. That's absolutely crazy. And I'm glad you guys are able to see this semi-live. I mean, this isn't really live, but I will be doing a breakdown for you guys, showing you guys me calling it out to my community students, calling it out to my mentorship students, actually how the entry looked and then our target and why it was our target and things like that. But all this is documented on the membership portal. So I'll make that video today. I'll show you guys the breakdown and all of that, right? So if you guys see a proper reversal, you see price start to move to the upside, you can also feel free to take advantage of counter trend buys while day trading Euro USD on something like the H1, the M15, things like that. Now, how the H1 is looking now, it doesn't look like we would have a reversal just yet. How the M15 is looking just now, it looks like we could possibly get a reversal during New York session. We just have to see what happens. Essentially, this could be the start of our reversal right here. We just have to honestly have patience. But this, this pin bar here is really just a continuation of this bearish trend, to be honest with you guys. It's literally just reaching and price has already closed that reach. So let's be patient, let's wait, let's see what happens. But that's what I'm looking for as it relates to GBP USD. And then if I do have any students on this New York Live, shout out to you guys if you took this sell position on EU earlier this week right along with me. All right, so next we're gonna look at AUD USD. So AUD USD tapped into our point of interest as well and is headed towards our higher time frame target if you are within the Mac trading community or if you're a part of the mentorship program and you have access to my trade alerts. We can see that EU was flawless, AU is looking pretty flawless. Let's actually go down to the lower time frame. So I told all of my students to look for an entry during New York session. It looks like an entry formed during Asia session, which kind of sucks. Well, excuse me, New York or London is what I told my students to look for an entry. However, AU looks like it gave an entry during during Asia session, which, it kind of sucks on our end because we can't take advantage of this entry. But I always tell you guys what session to actually enter the charts off of. So if you're someone and you want, a little bit more guidance when it comes to the charts, if you want a little bit more mentorship, feel free to join Mac Trading Academy, join the community, things like that to take advantage. So we're definitely looking for continuation sells to hit this week low here. That's without a doubt. Now, whether or not we can hop into those continuation sells is going to be the question. So we can see during the London session, no possible entry was given on AU, not how I like to trade, right? As you guys can see. So what I'll be looking for in this case is just New York continuations, right? Whether we get a reversal and price starts to move to the upside, I could take a possible continuation buy, or whether or not price continues to move to the downside, we could take a possible continuation sell. But based on how price is looking now, it doesn't look like we're going to take advantage of AU all too much this morning. Now, if you did join the previous New York live trading session, which we're going to get off this call in just a bit, but I want to make sure you guys are set for the morning. But if you guys hopped on the last one, then you guys were able to take advantage of this nice move to the upside here for about 11.33%. Literally told you guys look for buy positions on AU last week, and that took place here. On this trade here, I risked around 4 pips, caught about 45.3, and that was around 11.33%. And we hit our day trading target, which I told you guys would more than likely be hit. So shout out to everyone who watched the previous live stream on YouTube and took advantage on the charts after the live session during New York. Right, so on AU, nothing right now, but you guys can see the analysis is still spot on. Right, we were looking for sells here. I told my students in my mentorship and my community students to look for entry schematics on the lower time frame. That entry schematic took place, but it took place outside of the session that I wanted them to actually trade. No harm, no foul. Still following the analysis, and we should target 0.67641 pretty soon here as well. All right, last but not least, GBP USD, which is also following higher time frame analysis. I was actually looking for possible buy opportunities since this is a strong daily. Well, can't really see it on the daily time frame, so we'll stay on the H4. Since this is a strong H4 demand zone, I actually expected price to interact with this and possibly give us a nice move to the upside. Now we can see that nice move did not take place, right? We did have a reaction, and then price taps into our H4 POI and is selling towards our higher time frame target, which is here, right? So we can actually take advantage of possible sells on GBP USD, right? But only if price taps back into this area right here, then we can look for those possible sells. If price does not tap back into that region, however, I'm not going to be looking for sells, right? Now we can see we have a lot of bearish pressure, so we have a lot of imbalance within this region here, okay, that I will be paying attention to when price taps back up into this area. So this is what I'm looking at right now. If we go to the H2 time frame, can we get a better refinement? We can, which is here, right? So we could possibly, now this isn't the best point of interest in the world. Right now we're just working with what price is giving us, right? But mentorship students, of course, will break this down in depth and things like that to really give you guys a good understanding on what price wants to do based on how it's looking now. So we can see that we have a nice move to the downside. Price taps into our H4 POI, and then we react, and now we're pushing to the downside, headed for about 1.19766, which if you're part of my trade alerts, you guys already know that this is my higher time frame target for GBP USD sells. So congrats to you guys. So it doesn't look like we will get a day trade from GBP USD based on how price is looking now. We may possibly get something on Euro USD, so just stay tuned for that. And then AUD USD, it doesn't look like we're going to get anything on AU as well, right? So just stay tuned for all the things that we discussed. If you are part of the mentorship program, then you are floating over 25% profit, and it's only 5 days into July. This is absolutely phenomenal, and this is exactly why students of Mac Trading Academy are able to continuously pass their funded challenges, stay funded traders, and withdraw on a consistent basis, because my trade alerts hit, as you guys can see. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I hope I gave you guys a pretty decent footing on New York, right? We're just looking for continuation sells to the downside pretty much. We may see a reversal during New York to go ahead and close some of that imbalance that was formed during London session after Frankfurt open. But for the time being, I'm going to be looking for predominantly continuation sells to the downside, taking advantage of the charts, right? A breakdown on EU is going to be coming. A breakdown on AU from last Friday or last Thursday, I think it was Thursday, is also going to be coming. So stay tuned for that. And I will catch you guys on the next New York live session, which will be tomorrow at 6 a.m. And we will also do Thursday at 6 a.m. as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys on the next one. Much love and peace out.